What is up, guys? I'm Daddy Gamer Fred, back again with another Pokemon Go news update video, and today is December 20th, 2017, and we got a lot of news that dropped today, including leaked images of 20 new Pokemon coming. We got news on the bird assets in the game, a brand new AR Plus tutorial feature that is leaked and going all over everywhere. I'm probably gonna do a separate deep dive thoughts into that video, in a separate video anyway. And then also we got the news that Ho-Oh is returning, and again, a lot of news, so let's jump right into it. Now, the first thing I want to go over is this image right here that has been leaked from the data mine, and it's a basically in-game notification screen that shows that 20 more Pokemon from the Hoenn region is coming up, and what to be expected in a water and ice event, because again it states that is 20 more Pokemon from the whole region, including water types and ice types that have been spotted all over the world, basically enter the game. Now, with Christmas coming up in literally a couple of days, everybody was wondering, when are we going to hear anything from a Christmas event inside of Pokemon Go? Tons of mobile games do it. They do this Christmas style event, you know, usually for the whole month. Pokemon Go, however, has been silent as far as Christmas event going on. Now, we did get Gen 3 popped off at the beginning of the month, so it kind of made sense that if they were going to say something for Christmas, it was going to be at the tail end, literally right on Christmas, to announce that, so everyone could digest everything that's going on. Kind of makes sense. But with this showing, it looks like we might be getting 20 more Pokemon for Christmas in a little a little water and ice event, which will kind of make sense with the Christmas theme being snowing and stuff like that. It makes sense. It makes sense to them to highlight water and ice Pokemon for this event, and also bring on this ton of water Pokemon that is known for in Generation 3. Generation 3, a lot of people know that it is known for its water types and known for how vast of that region is, is basically you're surfing and diving in those games. I remember there's an IGN article that says there's a lot of surfing, a lot of diving in, Gen 3. Now, again, bringing that back up, I could understand why they want to do a water event focusing on the water Pokemon, bringing them in, getting a lot of the basics, Pokemon out the way. They got the Ghost type out the way with the Halloween event, and then the Gen 3 popped off. Got a lot of the regular types or whatever and then now they're gonna focus on at least 20 more Pokemon from Gen 3 with the water and ice types. I think this is a perfect way to introduce it. Again, a lot of people were complaining that we didn't just get Gen 3 together as a lump sum, and I kind of understand why they didn't do that. One, that's a ton new Pokemon that they have to add in, and their moves, and make sure everything is balanced. On top of that, they did add the weather system, so again, another stuff that I have to take in and balance and patch and make sure it's running correctly. People say that they took in too much, and they overextended themselves, but I think what they're doing is, to me anyway, a perfect way of balancing it and not overextending themselves, and not making sure that they just dump a ton of content that is broken. Instead, what they're doing is just focusing on a little bit of the content at a time. Again, making us come back and baby feeding us the plate of food, instead of just throwing the plate and the spoon and the fork and hope everything works. Now, this next news story is coming from PokemonGoHub.net. I'm gonna have a link in the description below to their article, but basically they found within their data mine 20 new Generation 3 Pokemon. Now, you can also get this information on the Cipher. They kind of broke it down more better than Cipher. Cipher tends to go too deep into a lot of the details that kind of doesn't make sense on my side of things. But again, I do love PokemonGoHub.net. Again, I'm gonna have a link to their website in the description. So they say, first off, we don't know when these Pokemon will be released, but we do know that the game is downloading their image assets, sprites that are used for the Pokedex and various other in-game Pokemon lists. this is the last thing needed for the release so that this can happen sooner rather than later. The following Pokemon assets that are being downloaded, and they have a list and links to all the Pokemon so you can check it out. Again, I'm not going to go through each one. I will be here all day. I am going to leave the link to this article, like I said, in the description below so you guys can check it out on your own terms. Another interesting thing in the news is that finally Delibird is reportedly in the game, which brings this weird, he's one of those weird Pokemon that fell through the cracks because, again, Delibird is Generation 2 and now they're rolling out Generation 3, so a lot of people were worried that this Pokemon was either forgotten or was just going to get shoehorned in and no one's going to actually know that he appeared or whatever the case may be. But as they have reported within this data mine that Delibird is, his moves are in the APK in the game master file, so there's literally nothing holding back Niantic from releasing Delibird into the game, especially now that the last requirement stuffs are actually in the game. Again, everything is done with Delibird, his moves, he's in the APK, he's in the game master file. There's nothing holding back bringing Delibird into the game. And interesting enough, there isn't a shiny variant of Delibird that was found. Now, with all the Gen 3 Pokemon moving into Pokemon Go, we found shiny versions of all of them, and a ton of Pokemon 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon, you know, in the game. We have shiny variants of them, even if we aren't allowed to access them. But Delibird, meaning that he's just, you know, locked behind some invisible wall in the game, he also doesn't have a shiny variant. Maybe that's why they're holding off on bringing him in the game, but I highly doubt that. But maybe he is going to be one of these 20 Pokemon that's going to be brand new with this ice and water event. Who knows? As of right now, it's still a mystery on when we're going to get him and how we're going to get him. But it's crazy that he's actually popping up. To this day, there's one of the Pokemon that a lot of people overlooked that he's not in Pokemon Go and just kind of not forgot about it, but just thought there was a specific reason that they didn't release him and a specific reason that we are going to get him. Now, a lot of people are speculating that Delibird is going to be tied into a Christmas theme event because of the way he kind of looks, you know, kind of resembles Santa Claus and whatnot, and he does walk around with a pouch, you know, kind of like the Santa Claus walking around with, you know, giving out gifts and stuff like that. Now, people have suspected that and, you know, thought that that's how he was going to be introduced in the game. Fingers crossed that is what's going to happen, but again, still nothing to be announced as of day. And we all, just like you, we all are wondering when are we going to get him finally in Pokemon Go. Now, this one, again, is a doozy. I do want to do a whole video topic on AR Plus and what is it exactly going to bring new to Pokemon Go, because I do think this feature is on another level as far as adding something new to Pokemon Go. And it's a lot to go over because we are getting bits and pieces of information from data mine stuff and stuff like that, and nothing official from Niantic. So I want to kind of wait until Niantic comes out and announces this AR Plus, you know, new feature and explain it step by step instead of just, you know, speculating and guessing and having this guessing game going on. And I would rather go over it when we have all the information. Now, again, you might say, hey, but you go over the data mine doesn't have all the information. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. But again, let's just go over what we do have. But I will be doing a totally separate video on AR Plus because I do think this is going to add a totally brand new element into the Pokemon Go. And let's just go over what AR Plus is if you don't know. So yesterday, Pokemon Go Hub reported that a new capture mode is coming titled AR Plus, and based around sneaking up on Pokemon and catching them using your tracking wits. As part of that report, we found a series of images tied to the AR Plus tutorial. However, no test was found. Lucky Charles has found the test in question via traffic analysis, and now we have a complete understanding of the tutorial in question. Now, if you don't know, Charles is part of the Pokemon Go Hub team, the Discord team or whatever. And again, shout out to Charles for finding this, and shout out again to PokemonGoHub.net. So as you can see with these images, the tutorial steps anyway is to look around at an open area with your device until it recognizes a flat surface, and then tap the tall grass and find a Pokemon. Approach that Pokemon slowly and you will get bonus rewards if you catch it. Again, I do think this is a huge feature to be added to Pokemon Go. AR was something that was basically, you know, not promised to us, but it is promised to us via the trailers of Pokemon Go. Every time you watch a Pokemon Go trailer, or, you know, even the introduction to Pokemon Go, they showed what it looked like to be a fully AR experience within the game. Now, tons of people who do play Pokemon Go play it solely on AR mode, but then there is a vast majority of people like me who don't touch the AR camera unless they're specifically taking a photo of the Pokemon. Now, play how you want to play. I think this does add a huge element of, you know, to those players who play with the AR camera on, and also a huge brand new way to play Pokemon Go. Again, I want to do a totally different video covering this stuff because I do think this opens the vast ton of possibilities of ways we can capture Pokemon, actually finding new Pokemon in the wild and stuff like that. I think it would be amazing. Again, I want to do a whole different video on this, on my what ifs and hopefully my hopes and dreams of what this AR Plus feature could actually mean to the game. Okay, and last but not least is the fact that Ho-Oh is returning to Pokemon Go, well, in Korea anyway, from December 21st to December 31st as part as the 20th anniversary movie celebration. Again, this is coming from Pokemon Go Hub.net. It says the Korean opening of Pokemon movie 20, I Choose You, will be followed by a special in-game event, a Ho-Oh raid boss that will be appearing in Korea between the dates of December 21st to December 31st. And it's coming together because this is the first time the movie is debuting out there in, you know, in Korea. So hence why they have this Korean, you know, Pokemon Go event going on out there. Now, Ho-Oh was already worldwide for everyone, I believe, including Korea. So this is not their first time seeing Pokemon Ho-Oh pop up in Korea. But again, this is giving them an incentive and basically another chance to catch Ho-Oh, which to me is good because, again, that not only gives them another chance to, but also shows that Niantic is not scared to pull the trigger and drop one of these legendary Pokemon to pop up anytime, anywhere for an event and stuff like that. They're not exclusive to the first time they're appearing, and I think that is great news just across the board for everything Pokemon Go as far as legendaries is concerned. Who knows on how they would distribute legendaries later in the future if we see, you know, the legendary birds, for example, make a return in a different way or whatever the case. I'm excited for it because it does show that they're not scared of, again, pulling the trigger and having, you know, a whole event only for Korea. Who knows, we may see the same style of event everywhere else in the world, depending on, again, the event that quote unquote will bring this, you know, legendary Pokemon into the world. All right, guys, that is it on the news side of Pokemon Go news. On screen, I do have the brand new 20 Pokemon. It's just going to be scrolling up for you guys. But I do want to end this video here. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below about all the news about Ho-Oh popping up again for another event in Korea, about the 20 new Pokemon entering in Pokemon Go and its, you know, shiny sprites being found. And let me know what you think about Delibird finally arriving in Pokemon Go. Do you think we're going to get him sooner rather than later? Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. I'm very curious, and as you guys know, I do answer all comments. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Daddy Gamer Fred on Instagram and Twitter, and like always, you can bring the conversation there. I'm the American Gamer in Switzerland right here on YouTube, and yes, I'm going to be doing a ton of these Pokemon Go news update videos. The best place to catch them all is with a subscription, so please hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like button. It does help me out a ton as far as growing the channel is concerned. Peace. I'm going to catch you guys on the next Pokemon Go news update video, and I will see you guys on the next one.